Hey everybody out there in YouTube land. Haven't done a video in a long time, but I'm going to try to rectify that and start doing these hopefully daily. We'll see. Best laid plans of mice and men, as I say. But to start off, I'm going to do a video for Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, including getting rebooted for the second time in less than 2 decades. Look out, here comes a new Spider-Man reboot. Yes, Spider-Man Homecoming comes out Thursday. Spider-Man's back in the MCU with his fellow Marvel characters like he belongs. So, otherwise I would be very tired of getting new actors of Spider-Man so often and new versions of the character, but to get him back in the MCU, that's a sacrifice we're going to have to make one more time, but that as long as that's the last time. But in preparation for Thursday's big day, I'm going to review the 5 Spider-Mans we have currently. With special mentions to, I've been rewatching all of them, including the old 70s TV show. I watched rewatched the pilot of that, which I remember liking a lot as a kid, but it's not horrible. There's definitely worse comic book adaptations out there, even more recent ones like Catwoman aren't as good as this 40-year-old take on the character. They get the basics of him right, like his powers are pretty much the same. J. Jonah Jameson's in it and trying to take down Spider-Man and whatnot, but overall it's just too early in special effects to really do the character justice, but that's still worth watching. After you get done watching my video, all the episodes are on YouTube. And I also rewatched Captain America Civil War, which, as we all know, has Spider-Man in it as our introduction to the new version of Spider-Man for the MCU. And I didn't really want to include it because A, it's a Captain America movie, and B, I would actually put it as my favorite of all the movies with Spider-Man in it, and that just felt wrong to put Captain America or Avengers Light movie as the #1 Spider-Man movie, especially when it was only a movie for 5 minutes. But it's our first introduction to the new version of Spider-Man, and I thought they did a well job. He's very funny, very comedic, and webbing everybody, fighting Captain America and everything. I'm looking forward to Thursday. But without further ado, my ranking. Number 5, the worst Spider-Man movie, in my opinion, is Disco, Emo Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 3. I know there's an argument to be made that there's no reason not to do sequels or remakes or reboots because you always have the original. It's the remake sequel will never tarnish or never do anything to your original. It's always going to be there. You can always watch it. This one makes an argument against that because the great characters you grew to love in the first 2 Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies turn out to be complete D-bags as characters progress to this 3rd film, and makes you almost want to go back and is this where we're leading to? Cliffhangers of 2 and everything. Right. Every character, forget the overuse of villains and the just ruining of, my opinion, Spider-Man's greatest villain, Venom, and the fact there are just too many villains, too many subplots, too many just things going on everywhere. They turn every character unlikable, even past us though. Venom version of Spider-Man, symbiote version making him more angry. Every character is unlikable. Mary Jane's whiny and annoying. Harry is just annoying and stupid. I did like when this little pie scene is like so, but even that is just so soap opera-ish with him losing his memory, and I don't know, definitely the worst of this series. I'll give it 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 spiders. And that might be generous. Next up, I'll go with the sequel to the first reboot, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I definitely like this one a lot more than most people, and I even really like Electro, which a lot of people hate Electro, but I thought he was a really cool villain, very visually cool and different, and I actually liked his character. But they definitely didn't learn from Spider-Man 3, rushed too many subplots, too many things going on. The Green Goblin's definitely out of nowhere, and killing Gwen Stacy just poof, just out. We just got to introduce him just to kill Gwen Stacy. It's like that should be a whole movie done to itself, not just a rushed last 5 minutes thing. Then knowing that the series is never going to continue, just ending with Peter losing love of his life, and that's it. Like, this is just depressing. But I'm going on a lot of things I dislike, but I've liked it overall. I actually prefer Peter and Gwen in this over Peter and Mary Jane in the other films. I think they have a better chemistry, and Spider-Man I think is better in these movies as well. He's a more jokey, sarcastic Spider-Man, unlike the Tobey Maguire one that pretty much never talks once he puts his mask on. But then this Peter himself, he's just too popular, too cool. It's like you don't really feel like Peter. It's like he would have got Gwen Stacy without the powers or not. He's already, so whatever. Which I guess I'm kind of mixing and matching both Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 in this review, but I guess that would be appropriate since the next one would be Amazing Spider-Man 1. But Amazing Spider-Man 1 at number 4, and then, or Amazing Spider-Man 2 at number 4, and Amazing Spider-Man 1 at number 3. So they're both 3 out of 5. It's not a bad series. I would definitely like to see them finish it off with all the dangling plot threads and the Peter has lost everything ending the series. Just bad, but sad, really. Didn't even really want to finish Amazing Spider-Man 2 when I was rewatching them, just for the sadness of the ending, but they're not bad, but I'm definitely happy we're getting our MCU reboot. So I'll give them both 3 stars, 3 spiders. Then next one I will go with the original Spider-Man. I remember when the original Spider-Man came out, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I was super, super excited for it. I mean, this is finally we're gonna get Spider-Man. He was like, Hulk's obviously my favorite character, but Spider-Man's definitely my top 5, probably my number 2 Marvel character. And so we had X-Men and Blade before this, but this X-Men, I never really cared too much about X-Men, and definitely didn't care too much about Blade beforehand, but this is the one that really caught the world on fire and made the world a superhero-loving world it is now, and I definitely, of the 5 movies, is the one I watched the most. I know it pretty much by heart, but it hasn't aged spectacularly well. The action scenes are laughably boring. There's barely anything Spider-Man does, and some of this that's really, spectacular. Really uses his full range of powers in it. But Green Goblin and Willem Dafoe does an awesome job as Green Goblin, and the costume itself just it doesn't look too cool. But it's still, I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites when it came out. As time's gone on, it's not at age as well, but still, I get 4 stars. 4 spiders. But then number 1, that was number 2. Number 1, we go to Spider-Man 2. A lot of people consider this one of the best superhero movies ever. I don't know if I go quite that far, but it's definitely takes everything from the first one and expands it, makes it better, a lot better action, better story, the villain's better, Dr. Octopus, I can't remember the name of the actor off the top of my head, but he's a very good villain, very, very cool, very menacing. The Spider-Man story, the romance, just everything's improved and better in the sequel. Unfortunately, it has some cliffhangers for 3, which in retrospect make it like, oh, that's where the characters are gonna go, but still, I can't fault this one. And I definitely love the Evil Dead homage to and the Dr. Octopus hospital scene. I love that part. I was a huge fan of the Evil Dead series, and Bruce Campbell's cameos throughout the series, thanks to Sam Raimi being the director of both the Evil Dead trilogy and the Spider-Man trilogy. But yes, definitely, I give this one 5 spiders. 5 out of 5 spiders. Very good, very good. Well, I guess that's how I'll end the film, in my video. I can't wait for Thursday to see where the new Spider-Man ranks amongst the other spiders. Well, hopefully see you all tomorrow. Good night.